What's interesting is the kingdoms get divided now. You have the northern kingdom and the southern kingdom.
You got Israel and Judah.
That's right. Israel to the north and Judah to the south. And during that time, you just again see lots and lots of evil kings.
490 years.
Yeah. Actually, there's 40 years down in the south. They actually have a few good ones down there.
That's
and then 390 up in the north, where they just continue to rebel against God. And he brings in the Assyrian Empire.
Right.
And the Assyrian Empire takes the northern kingdom. Then eventually you find that the Babylonians come, conquer the Assyrians, and they conquer Judah as well. Had a few good ones. So what we're going to do is we're going to show that the Bible, for the most part, talks about God chases after us. He chases after people who are very, very broken. We don't follow his commands very well. So the Bible's not about superheroes who do everything right. It's about a God who chases after us and says, stop running and return to me. So we're going to play a game. And the game is this. We're going to play President of the World. Let's make a debate. I'm going to play some different characters from the Bible running for President of the World, because all these kings could not handle things, but I know that I'll be able to.
Okay.
All right, so what we're going to do is I have different characteristics of 3 different characters from the Bible that I'm going to play.
Okay.
They could be Old Testament, they could be New Testament.
Okay.
You ask me some questions, and then what you're going to do is you're going to, when you think you know it, hit the buzzer, see if you can guess, and we'll find out if we're a little bit more discerning than the Israelites were or the Judaites were, and be able to know who should be in control of their kingdom as well. All right?
All right.
All right, here we go. So let me look at my characteristics and... Okay. All right. Well, then let's begin. Let's make a debate.
Candidate number 1, how would you handle today's racial issues?
Well, I think the most important thing we can do in dealing with racial issues is to focus on education. I think that learning and educating ourselves is so important today. So what I try and do is I try and get around people who are really, really educated and focus on the Bible. And like this guy right here, I mean, it's justification by faith. Justification by... Because it goes on and on. Ah!
Huh. Okay. Candidate number 2. How are you going to handle the wage inequality between men and women?
I'll tell you what we need today is a strong leader. And a strong leader is going to take care of these kind of problems. And I can take care of these problems. And so one of the first things I'm going to do is I'm going to go root out the cause of this. And I know the way to do it. I know exactly the way to do it. So I am going to, let me go ahead and put this here. All right. All right. So, all right. Yes, could I go see the king? Oh, yeah, sure can. Yeah, okay. Hey, yeah, I gotta wait in the waiting room? All right, I'll wait. Is he down the hall? Is he down the hall? Yeah, start here. Is he down the hall? Okay, all right. He's in the bathroom? Oh, that's fine,
All right, I'm gonna go back and fix the equality problem back in Judah and Egypt. We'll see you then.
Okay then, candidate number 3. How are you going to change the military strengths for Israel and Judah?
Well, the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to throw a fist. I'm going to stomp my fist and I'm going to pound, well, actually, I'm going to stomp my feet and I'm going to pound my fist. We've got to get back. There's a pestilence problem. There's a famine problem. There's a sword problem. Then what I'm going to do is I'm going to take this sword and I'm going to cut my hair off. I'm going to cut my hair off. I'm going to cut my hair off, and then when I'm done with that, I'm going to cut off my beard. And I'm going to cut off my beard and cut off my beard. When I'm done with that, I'm going to take a big pile of all that hair and I'm going to burn a third of it. And I'm going to then take another third and I'm going to strike it with the sword. I'm going to strike it, and then I'll take the last third and I think I'm going to scatter it. Scatter hair for you, and some hair for you, and hair for you. I'll take a little bit left, put it right here, and then what I'm going to do is scatter some of that. And that's how I'm going to take care of the problems in Judah and Israel today.
I'm sure that will make a big difference. Candidate number 1. If you were to change the issues in the environment, how would you do that?
What? Oh my goodness, I'm back! I am back! I don't know about any of that, but I'm gonna go have myself a hamburger. That's what I'm gonna do. You know, when you have a near-death experience, you start putting things in perspective. It's not about all those questions you're asking. It's about living life and enjoying yourself. So the sermon wasn't that great. I fell off a window, but at the end of the day, hey, we're back. Let's enjoy ourselves and have a good time.
In light of candidate number one's response, how are you going to live life to the fullest as the candidate of the world?
Well, I think the most important thing we need to realize is privacy is an issue and bathrooms are an issue. We need to lock our bathrooms so that people don't come into our bathrooms and stab us in the gut. I think that is one of the most important things that people in our world today are worried about. Are people going to come into my bathroom with a knife and stab me in the gut? And if so, will I be able to find the knife? Because sometimes when somebody stabs you in the gut, it ends up getting covered up by, you know, we're overweight in America. Obesity is a real problem, and we need to deal with this issue. And I'm willing to do it because I dealt with it when King Eglon clearly had a problem. So I took care of obesity by basically stabbing him with my sword.
Very nice. Candidate number three. How are you going to solve the overweight issue in America?
I'll tell you exactly how I'm going to do it. I'm going to lay on my side for 390 days, and I'm going to starve myself to death with 1 shekel of food and 1/6 a hin of water. And after over a year of sitting there starving myself before the people, I'm going to flip over on the other side, and I'm going to lay there for 40 days, and I'm going to starve myself some more, have another, just a little bit of water, and I'm going to burn burn my cakes and make my cake by taking hay. You know who they are?
I do.
All right,
so
who are
number one.
Number one
Was the guy who fell out of the second-story building while listening to Paul speak because he fell asleep.
That's right. Paul
And
got a
then
little
brought
long-winded.
back to life.
And then he got brought back to life. Good job, number one.
Number two was, remind me, that is Ehud and King Eglon.
Eglon, yes. A left-handed judge killed off Eglon in the book of Judges. All right, and our last one?
Our last one was Ezekiel.
That's right, Ezekiel. Amazing guy who literally had to starve himself as a visual aid to God's people, that they need to come back to him. And again, I think what we're discovering is the Bible's filled with these just crazy stories and crazy techniques that God uses to get our attention. But in the midst of that, God is constantly working with people who got a short attention span, people who are left-handed versus right-handed. And in Ezekiel's case, over and over and over again, God calls to him and says, Ezekiel, I want you to woo my people, rebellious people, stubborn-hearted people, broken-hearted people. I want them in my kingdom. I want them to return to me. So if you're interested in learning more about how to deal with your own heart, your own brokenness, or saying, wow, I wish I knew these crazy Bible stories, we have a DVD series called Fast Track Bible. It's the quickest way to understand the greatest story ever told. You can go through all sessions in just 8 short 30-minute sessions. You can check that out at www.fasttrackbible.com. And we'll see you next week. Yep, I'll just do that last part again. Just assume I had 30 seconds left. I don't know if I was holding this or not. I was, because I stopped this, right?
All right, pick it up. And in 3, 2.
Well, I think for many of us, a lot of these Bible stories, we don't realize just to what extent God went to work with very broken people. People who
Absolutely.
couldn't even stay awake during a sermon. Oh my goodness, I relate to that.
Yeah, me too.
I realize that God chases us. And for Ezekiel's case, for example, he really does almost starve himself for 390 days and then flips on his side for another 40. If you're interested in learning more about how to deal with your own heart, how God works in the midst of all of our brokenness, we have an 8-session DVD series called Fast Track Bible. You can use it as a small group curriculum, use it in homeschool, use it for your own understanding of the Bible itself. You can check that out at www.fasttrackbible.com. See you next week. So